Hey everyone, my name is Anne and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'll be showing you guys how to crochet this beautiful fall cardigan. I'll be making a small here, but sizes X small to 3X large are included in this video and also in the written pattern that I have linked down below. But here are all of the supplies you'll be needing. So to get started on this pattern, I have my brown yarn, my category 4 yarn, and I also have my 5mm hook. We're going to begin making a slip knot. You can do this any way you would like. And after this slip knot, we're now going to make a chain of 48. And to make a chain, all you want to do is just yarn over with your hook and pull through. Again, just yarn over with your hook and pull through, and do this until you have 58 chains in total. So I have just finished up working my chain of 48, and after this, beginning on row 1, we are going to skip this very first chain and then insert a hook into the second chain. We will work our first single crochet. Now to work a single crochet, you just want to insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, and then yarn over, pull through 2 loops. From here, we are going to chain 1. And into that same chain, we are going to do another single crochet. So again, just insert your hook, pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through 2 loops. Now we're going to skip the next chain, and into the next chain, we will do another single crochet, chain 1, and then single crochet, skip a chain, single crochet, chain 1, single crochet. And now just continue to repeat this all the way across your chain until you have 2 stitches at the end remaining. Now once you have these 2 chains at the end of your row remaining, we're just going to skip the second chain, and then into the last chain, just work 1 single crochet. Then from here, you just want to chain 1 and turn your work. The chain 1 does not count as a stitch for the rest of the pattern. Now moving on to row 2, this is basically going to be the same thing, but skipping this first turning chain and inserting a hook into this first stitch, we will work a single crochet, chain 1, and then single crochet. Now we are going to skip the next 2 stitches, and into that third stitch we will do a single crochet, chain 1, single crochet. Once again, skip the next 2 stitches, and into that third one, single crochet, chain 1, single crochet. And now do this all the way down your pattern until 3 stitches at the end remain. And when you have these 3 stitches at the end of your row remaining, we're just going to skip 2 stitches and then just single crochet once into that last stitch, chain and turn your work. Now to continue this pattern for our back panel, all you want to do is just repeat row 2, the row that we just worked, until you have 57 rows in total. So I'll just go ahead and quickly work up my 57 rows, and then I'll see you guys back to continue. So this is what my back panel is looking like after I have done 57 rows. And once I reached the very end of my work, I just went ahead and cut and fastened off. Now that we are all done with our back panel, we're just going to set this piece aside, and then we're going to go ahead and get started on working the front panels. So let's go ahead and get started on that. So now we're going to move on to working the first front panel, and I have already started that first front panel. What I did here is that I made a chain of 24, and then I repeated row 2 of our stitch pattern that we were doing before until I had 38 rows in total. So we're not going to do 57 rows, we're only going to stop at 38 rows. And from here, we're now going to begin on doing some decreases along this edge. So let's get started on that. And once you have all of your rows complete, we're now going to begin on working some decreases. So beginning on row 1 of our decreases, into this first stitch, skipping this first turning chain, we are going to work 3 slip stitches. So this is the first stitch. I'm going to work a slip stitch, then into the next stitch as well, then into that third stitch, just like this. Now into that next stitch, we're just going to do our regular single crochet, chain 1 and single crochet, skip 2 stitches, single crochet, chain 1 and single crochet, and do this until you have those 2 stitches remaining. And then just skip 2 and single crochet. Moving on to row 2, we are just going to repeat that regular pattern beginning into this first stitch, single crochet, chain 1, single crochet, all the way across our row until 3 stitches remain. And then you can go ahead and skip 2 stitches and then single crochet into that last stitch, chain and turn your work. So this is what our decrease looks like so far. So moving on to our next row, we're just going to do the same exact thing for 2 more rows. So basically from row 2 to row 4, we should be doing no decreases at all, just regular rows. I'll just quickly work that up, and then I will see you guys back in a little bit. So you should now have 3 regular rows, and that first row we did a decrease on. So to continue this pattern, all you want to do is just repeat row 1 through row 4 until you have a total of 17 rows for your decreases. But basically you should just be decreasing every 4th row. So I'll just go ahead and work those decreases off camera, and then I will see you guys back to continue. And I have made it back here, and this is what all of my decreases are looking like. And after we have all of our decreases, you can go ahead, cut and fasten off. But now that you're all done with this panel, we're now just going to set this aside, and then we're going to get started on working the sleeves. So let's go ahead and get started. So moving on to the second front panel, we're going to start this off in the same way that we did the first front panel, which is doing a chain of 24 and then doing 38 rows. After these 38 rows, we're going to begin on doing some decreases, which are going to be very similar to the decreases that we did the first time around. So for this decrease row, beginning into this first stitch, we're going to work our regular stitch pattern, and we're going to do that until we have 6 stitches at the end remaining. And once you have these 6 stitches at the end of your row, we're going to skip 2 stitches and then single crochet into that 3rd stitch. So you should have 3 unworked stitches at the end. I'll just chain and turn my work. So now we're going to do the same thing that we did last time. We're going to work 3 regular rows doing no decreases at all. So from row 2 to row 4, you just want to work those regular stitch rows. Then I'll see you guys back once I am all done. And so I just finished up working those 3 regular stitch rows. And now to continue this pattern, just like last time, you want to repeat those last 4 rows, doing a decrease every 4th row until you have a total of 19 rows in total. So I'll go off camera, work up my decreases, and then I will see you guys back once I am all done. And I have made it back here, and this is what all of my decreases are looking like. And after we have all of our decreases, you can go ahead, cut, and fasten off. But now that you're all done with this panel, we're now just going to set this aside, and then we're going to get started on working the sleeves. So let's go ahead and get started. So now moving on with the sleeves, I'm first just going to make a slip knot. After this slip knot, we're going to do a chain of 42. So now that I'm done with my chain of 42, we're now going to work up 11 rows of our stitch pattern that we have working before. So I'm just going to work up 11 rows and then I will see you guys back. So once you have 11 rows in total, on our next row, row 12, we are now going to do a decrease row. To do a decrease row, the first thing I'm going to do is slip stitch into the first 3 stitches. And then we're just going to work our regular stitch pattern until we have 6 stitches at the end remaining. And once you have these 6 rows at the end of your row, we're now just going to skip 2 stitches and single crochet. So you should have 3 stitches unworked. Now I'm just going to chain 1 and turn my work around. So now, once again, we are going to work a few more regular rows, and we're going to do that until we have 21 rows in total. So I'll see you guys back for row 22. So I have now made it back here with my 21 rows. And for row 22, we are going to do another decrease row, which will be the same decrease row that we did for row 12. So just to show you how to do this again, I'm just going to slip stitch into 3 stitches. And then we're just going to continue our regular stitch pattern until we have 6 stitches at the end remaining. And once you have 6 stitches at the end remaining, We're just going to skip 2 stitches and single crochet. If you guys enjoyed this video and found it helpful, please consider liking and subscribing to my channel. If you bought this pattern, it would be super helpful if you left a positive review. But that's all guys, bye!